Hey guys, it's Heather the Crochet Witch. How are you guys doing? Sorry, it has been almost a week since the last video, which was a movie marquee video also. I have been spending the week getting better and then going to concerts. In that order, so I would not go to a concert and infect anybody, including band members or crowd people. I would be more responsible than that. The only thing that's hanging around, which was gone when I went to the concerts, I think it's a combination of allergy and the fact that, like, for the days during the concerts, I stood outside and it was rainy. I mean, it's just inevitable, like, standing outside for as long as I do is just in the cards. Like, there's no waiting in the car when I do what I do. So that can't happen. I guess, like, if I was with somebody and they wanted to stand out there for me and hold my place while I waited in the warm car, that would be different. But other than that, there's no getting around it. So, like, it's inevitable. And the next two concerts were both in really, like, just icky, well, I like rain, but for the purposes of getting better, icky weather. In fact, the day that I was in Flint, it was rainy, windy, and snowy all in one day, all in 1 hour. Hi Michigan weather. And then the next day in Grand Rapids, it was, or the next 2 days later, I guess, in Grand Rapids, it was really, really, really rainy. I did wear a hoodie. Usually I don't wear, like, a jacket going in, but I did because I was, like, had been previously sick, and it was soaked. It was just soaked through, like, and did not even, like, I had in the front row, so I could drape my hoodie over the railing, and I assumed it would be dried out by the time we left. I even kept making sure it wasn't, like, scrunched up, that it was spread out, and it never dried. It was so just absolutely saturated through. It was crazy how wet it was. So I think because of that, when you're getting over being sick, there, like, sometimes when you breathe in, there's that feeling that your lungs have, like, almost like a layer of, like, moisture, wetness on them. And it makes you cough because you're trying to, like, dispel that. That's the only thing that's really going on with me. And I might be a little stuffy, but that's where I think the allergies are. And because of all the coughing, it's making my throat a little bit raw. But otherwise, like, I feel fine. Otherwise, I'm not, like, on the brink of death. I don't have the chills any more than I ever do because I'm one of those people that's always cold. I'm not, like, so tired that I can't function. I don't think I'll be falling asleep at work again, or nothing like that. So I'm much better. Thank you for those of you who left comments on my last video about feeling better and everything. I do feel much better than I did then. But yeah, so that is, like, a mini health update. And we are, like, I mentioned in my last video, the Cake Off video winner, the Great Fiber Cake Off winner, which congratulations, and she did get back to me, so that'll be going out, if not tomorrow, then on Monday. Will the post office be open on Monday because of Easter? If not on Monday, then Tuesday. I'll have it out as soon as I post officely can. So they may be closed tomorrow, actually. Anyway, not the point of the video. I mentioned that I'm in the like a kind of like a mid break for my concert season because my Fozzy tour dates have ended. That I'm going to. My Nocturnal Affair tour dates do not start until beginning of June, the very beginning of June. So unless one of them springs something on me that I don't know about yet, or add some tour dates a little closer to home in between, or I fall into some money where I can get some time off and go a little bit further away, I'm back on track with you guys. So I should be catching up on everything. I have the first update for this month's movie marquee. Now, if you've made it 5 minutes and you're still like, I don't know what the heck the movie marquee even is, Heather, let me tell you really quickly. The movie marquee challenge is a year-long fiasco that I'm doing this year with Bella from Bella's Crochet Gifts and with Samantha from Amethyst Craftworks. We have pre-selected a batch of movies at the beginning of the year, some of mine, some of Bella's, and some of Samantha's. We're taking turns rotating, like this month was my pick. Last month was Samantha's, next month is Bella's. So make sure you're subscribed to their channels also, by the way. They're always linked down below in the movie marquee videos. And we have randomly selected for the month a movie. Like I said, this month was mine. I'll tell you what it is in 1 second. And we're drawing inspiration from the movie posters and making a project. It doesn't matter the project. It can be anything. Although I am making similar tiles for a blanket to be done at the end of the year. Bella is doing whole blankets like I did last year for them, and Samantha is doing a whole other level of item. She's doing a cardigan with different tiles of the cardigan inspired by not only the colors but different appliques. Go watch Samantha's videos. She's got a whole thought process going on. You will not be disappointed in the first place, but you will really not be disappointed by her movie marquee videos. And like I said, the process of her thought process and everything. But we are also inviting you guys to join along to make, just to do some makes. You know, a lot of people, like I myself, I think actually both ladies are doing the same thing that I am, and trying to use from their collections. I am trying to use from my collection for sure. And specifically, since I'm doing tiles, I am smaller amounts of yarn per month. I am trying to use up like a lot of my scraps and floppy skeins of yarn that have been used in other things. Or new ones if I have to, you know, like if you have to open up a new skein, then you have to open up a new skein. But I'm not trying to buy anything new. Last year I did the same thing with whole blankets, and I think I made my goal. I don't think I bought anything new. And yeah, this year I so far have not had to buy anything or anything like that. Last year I had to get creative and cut up some different yarns, but it worked out really well anyway. And yeah. So this month, as I've already said, let me know before I get into this month. I'm sorry, I keep backtracking, but I did have the update that since I was behind because of concert season, last month was Samantha's pick, and she had picked Hocus Pocus. If I remember, I will put a video up or a poster up of last month's real quick, because it was a poster that because I'm not the biggest fan of the movie, like people are like crazy over that movie. That is not me, so I didn't remember this being a poster, and there's a lot of different color choices to it. Now I have not bordered this in black like that I have the last few months, and I have not attached it yet. And I haven't sewn in the ends yet, which is very not like me. Usually I do it as I go. But I've sewn in the ends for the main tile, but I have not sewn the ends in. I was basically just racing to get the rectangled corners, you know, the corners done to rectangle it off. So let me just show you what I have, and then you'll see the massive amounts of ends that I have to get done, I'm sure. But here, this is what the tile ended up looking like with the different choices. Now I've already basically put my yarn back away, and it's in their bins, the scrap bin. So I'm not going to go through, and it's not March anymore, so I'm not going to go through all of the color choices that I made, but a few of them are showing up in this month. At the very least, this green is, and the white is. So you'll see them. You get to see what they are anyway. But yeah, that is how it ended up. And even though purple is my favorite color, as far as stuff that I make and work with, this is not something that I usually like. My other two tiles, if you've been with us since the beginning of the month or the year, they've been more brown based. And I know it's going by movies, but that's what I've picked from the posters, is more of the brownish colors and everything. So this one is very, very not like my other ones, but I think it looks good. This is all of the ends, because each row of the corners is one row of single crochet changed each color. You know, each color change is a row. I'm saying each row is a color change. My words are not forming well at all. But yeah, so, and I did I bury for one, you know, for about 10 or so stitches for the most part. I've buried it, so that's one pass, I guess, on the yarn but then I usually do at least 3 passes, and I usually break through some yarn and everything, so it's held tight. So I have a lot more to go. I think there's my first corner, which is probably going to be the last one I look at, of course. I'm not sure which one it is now. Was it the first? It was the first one, actually. My very first corner, I got to here, sewing in the ends. And then I gave up and I said, you know what? I'm just going to get all of the corners done so that for the video, I can show you guys a completed tile at least. Even the back looks pretty to me. You can definitely tell, especially in the green area, that that's the back, but it looks pretty. There's the front again. And they're sewn together like this. They're bordered in black. The black will straighten out all this curling that keeps happening from the tight single crochets. And it does, especially not as much at the top parts, but in the corners or in the middles, it does dip in just a little bit. It straightens that out quite a bit. And yeah, that's the tile. So like I said, it'll be joined in and ready to go, hopefully by the end of the month. If not, I'll probably be joining both of these tiles next month, but at least I shouldn't have a whole other tile to finish up and ends to sew in and all that. Now, after 12 minutes, moving on to the next actual this month movie. My pick this month was 10 Things I Hate About You, which I love. I love this movie so much. This movie was, I think I said before, my early teenage years was this movie. I watched it probably a million times. I still own the DVD. I was and still remain absolutely endearingly in love with Heath Ledger. I think a lot of people are. I haven't heard anybody speak badly about Heath. I love him. I loved Julia Stiles in the movie. I first discovered her there. Thank you for whoever told me last time about the new television series that she was in. I am going to check that out. I haven't yet, but I'm going to, because I love her. Besides Angelina Jolie, Julia Stiles is my favorite actress. I love her. I think she's so sweet and so wonderful and talented, and I really adore her. Jason Gordon-Levitt. He's really awesome in this movie. He did such a good job. The whole cast did a really good job, but those three obviously were the main characters and stood out to me. And the guy that played the dad, he was so funny. Oh my gosh. He doesn't get enough credit, but that guy, through the 90s, every sarcastic dad, I swear, should have been played by him. He was amazing. So you already saw my tile from last month in this video. If you've been watching from the beginning of the year, you've seen my other tiles. What I'm doing is, there was a cal that was put out. I have notes. There was a cal that was put out several years ago. There's videos. They'll be linked down below this whole year in any of the Movie Marquee videos also. It was a cal called the Anno 1926 cal. There were 17 different parts to these videos, and the videos were tutorialized by Tanya, I don't know, Leis or Leis, L-E-I-S, which is the channel name. The designer, however, was Iman Vanderkron. And for the Cal, it's a whole designed blanket, a whole blanket. However, I did part 1, and part 1, let's see if I pull this one out. Part 1 probably goes to, like, I'm going to say right here, maybe. And then part 2 goes up to where I stopped, which is the light blue. This light blue is actually part of the tile. And then I stopped right there because the Cal goes through, like, the designer's life, basically. Like, she drew inspiration from different parts of their life. And it's like, as you can see, like, I mean, in here, it looks like a flower. I'm not sure if that was meant to be a flower to begin with or not. But these, they're dark blue in here. But these were tulips. I'm not sure, like, I think in the actual written pattern, it mentions, like, what different things are. Like, if these are, like, pebbles, or I'm not particularly sure. These, I think, were, like, cattails, like groups of cattails, which is, mine look like lettuce in this one, right? But yeah, just different things. And the very next step, she does, like, in part of it, there's, like, little cats crocheted onto it and everything. And I don't mean like the popular stitch with the cat blanket. No, they're whole designed cats in the, like, the little tail, and she's very talented. But the next step that would have been above this were little Dutch girls. And that wasn't what I was going to do for mine. So that's where I decided to stop. And then, it made the diamond. And so I decided, instead of sewing diamonds together, I would rectangle them out with different colors from the tiles. And that's how we would do it. So now that I've got last month's tile back out, I will show you the colors that I picked. Now for the actual Cal, they want you to pick like 9 colors or so. I think it is 9 actually. And for the most part I think for last month's tile I picked 10 or 11. The other months I believe I stuck with 9. This month I've only got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I've got 6. And I almost only had 4. The other 2 colors are going to be kind of accent colors, and I'll explain why in a minute. But what I am going with is, from last month, the green, is Crafter's Secret from Hobby Lobby in the color lime green. And I thought that was a pretty decent match to the green. And so green and white are the 2 like predominant colors. So the other one is a Mainstays white, which has made an appearance in quite a few of my, if not all of my tiles. I'm not sure if it was in the first one, in the Young Guns one, I can't remember. But the other ones, I believe it has been. So it's a Mainstays white, and it's just the color white. Those are like the main colors of the tile. And then, I'll pull you out for a second here, because this one's pretty floppy too, I think. You know that I have whittled my way down, but I had quite the stash of the Red Heart with Love from like Walmart's the last Black Friday sale that they had yarn in. They had Red Heart with Love, and I got a ton of it that I'm still working through. But this is just the color black in Red Heart with Love. Because that is outlining like the letters in the 10 Things I Hate About You in the name of the movie. And so I went with that. And then, so I am highly annoyed because I was going to use a scrap that I thought I had of, I believe it was a Red Heart with Love metallic. that I had used for like the one hat that David likes that I had crocheted him. It was like all black and it had little bands of black and pink, and it was metallic pink, and I think it was a Karen Party that was black sparkly, and he really likes it. And I had like a whole leftover, like I used very little of the pink, so I had quite a bit of it left over. I cannot find it. I don't know if I made it into a blanket and I forgot that I did. I cannot find it, guys, anywhere. Like, I could have swore when I cleaned out my scrap bins that I had it. No idea where it's at. And I feel like that would have been the perfect lettering color, because it was like this magenta-y pink color. And if you're familiar with Red Heart Love Metallic, you probably know the pink color, because they don't have like a wide array of colors. Or they may have colors, maybe not shades of them. So like they only have like one pink, I think. They might have a light pink, but it's not the light pink. It's the very like deep pink. I feel like that would have been perfect. It would have been my only sparkly color, but I was okay with that. But I can't find it. So the closest one I had, which I think when you see the swatch I have, well, when you see the beginning that I have worked up, I think it looks okay. However, I'm annoyed because it's not the one I wanted. But this is I love this yarn in the color Hot Rose. And it was a floppy skein that I had. And I mean, it doesn't look bad. It's not the exact color of the lettering. The letters are a deeper color, more like a hot pink, like a dark hot pink. But it is what it is. And the four of those together are the main, like, kind of movie poster. So that's what they look like. So, I mean, it works. Like, it's okay, right? Now, the two colors that are making an appearance aside from that, I had to commemorate Heath. And this was the only, like, 4-weight gray that I could find. I thought I had one that was a little bit darker gray, that was more like a blue gray, but dark. That would have been good for his shirt, but this is Red Heart with Love. This is actually a whole skein that I had rolled into a ball. But whatever, it is what it is. But I think it's just the color gray, like the name of it is. But yeah, it's Red Heart with Love. So that is for Patrick Verona, I believe his name was in the movie, if I can remember correctly. But yeah, Heath Ledger. This is going to be representing him, and then representing my girl Julia Stiles, also known as Kat, is this other, no, it's not, this one's not Red Heart with Love. This one was from Big Twist Value, Varsity Red, and it is very blown out in my light, but it is a bit darker of a red. There we go. But yeah, she's wearing, and her shirt is even darker of a red in the poster, but I just felt the two of them needed to be like represented in the blanket because I love them. They're obviously my favorite parts of the movie, so I'm mixing them in, but more of like an accent in with the rest of the colors. So those are the only 6 colors in my tile this month. So that being said, I think this is like the first 8 rows, if I remember correctly, done this morning. And I'll show it to you. I have stitch markers in it right now. But here it is so far. And the intention is, like, it looks like an awful lot of white just because this row of white was a lot bigger than the others, and this row of green is kind of hidden behind the black. And this black is kind of surface crocheted over stuff, so it looks pretty thick. It doesn't look like there's as much green as I wanted it to look like, but I am going to be using a lot of green because the main center part is green in the tile, or in the movie poster, right? So there's going to be a lot more green going on. And I was showing you, I have a stitch marker right here, by the way. But yeah, there's going to be a lot of green. There's going to be a little bit of Heath and Julia accented into it. Probably like nestled with each other because they're the couple and they're cute, and you know, I don't know, I'm being ridiculous, but yeah. And then we'll add a little bit of pink, sprinkle that in here and there, and that's the color scheme. And it's another one that's not incredibly like my usual color scheme, right? So, but yeah, that's what I have so far. But I am at least back on track. And as long as I, like, my only setback really is this guy in the end. So throughout the month, I'm going to weave some in and then work on this, and then weave some in and work on this. But at least I should be able to do those things and actually work on other projects now. Now that, yeah, like Andy's blanket is done and concert season is over and all that good stuff. Well, midpoint break and all that. So, and I'm not feeling like deathly sick. Anyway. Thank you for sticking around for over 25 minutes for all of that with me. This was a longer one. It'll be shorter next time because I won't have quite as much I won't have 2 tiles to talk about and all that. Or hopefully any kind of a health update or anything. But yeah. Anyway, besides I'm a little chatty because I haven't really talked to you guys in a week. So let's fix that too, right? I will go now and get this uploaded, and I will talk to you guys soon. So remember to join the Facebook group if you want to join along. I see some people have already got stuff done. So I'm pretty happy about that. Like there's a tile for a blanket done. There was a basket done. I think there was other stuff too. I know I just haven't gone through and like liked and commented on stuff yet, but I have seen it like pop up and I'm like, oh, yay. So very happy. I love seeing you guys participate and everything. So, all right, I will go, but I will talk to you guys much sooner than a week, I hope. All right, I love you. Bye, you guys. Uh-oh. Let's try that again. Bye, you guys.